It's Saturday morning. It's weigh-in day. Yeah, weigh-in day. Today, I already know it's not going to be, I'm not counting on a good weigh-in today. So, yesterday and the day before, so Thursday, Friday, were like extra hungry days. And I probably consumed upwards of 600 calories more than I normally would. So I am not looking for a good weigh-in today. But as I tell you guys, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever it is, you have work to do, right? So I will step on the scale, I will document the result, and I will go about the day doing the work that needs to be done. Every day you get up, whether you need to lose weight, whether you're at your goal weight, or whether you need to gain weight, regardless of what position you're in your life, you will get up and you will have work to do. And the work you have is probably different from everybody else, but we have a core foundation where all of us is the same. And we need to measure the food we eat. We need to keep track of the nutrients going in our body, and we need to get out and move, right? That's probably the one thing we all have in common. And then whatever other work is comes with your life is probably different than what comes different from my life. But if we don't do the work that's required, it won't get done. And if we don't get it done, we don't get any result, or we get an opposite result, right? So in the end, if the results, if the results are not coming and you're doing everything, then there's maybe some education to be had, right? So if you're doing everything and you think you're checking all the boxes, then maybe a book isn't necessary for you to educate yourself and further get to where you got to go. But if you're on the other side and you're not doing the work and you don't like the results, then the mirror of truth has to come into play, right? You have to stand in front of that mental mirror and say, okay, what do I do well? What don't I do well? What don't I do at all? What needs most improvement out of everything that needs improvement? What can I do today to make tomorrow a little bit better than today? Ask yourself those questions. If you're facing that situation, a situation you don't like, whether it's a result you don't like, or if it's a feeling you don't like, whatever it is, those are the questions you need to ask yourself. What do I do well? What don't I do well? What don't I do at all? What do I do that needs the most improvement? What can I do today that will make tomorrow better than today? Start asking yourself questions that provoke immediate answers, pretty much. Because anybody asks yourself, what don't I do it well? Or what don't I do at all? You're going to have immediate pictures in your head knowing what you don't do. Because nobody knows you better than you. Okay? And so if you start to ask yourself questions like this, you know what you're not doing in the process? When you ask questions that require answers like this, there is no room for beating yourself up. This is just stat meeting, right? This is like boardroom. Everybody's sitting in the boardroom and they're all saying, well, what are the quarterly earnings, right? And it's just about facts, right? And so when the big boss doesn't like the facts, he's going to start asking questions. What needs improvement? What can we do to improve sales? And then the marketing team was like, well, if you give us more money, we'll be able to market the product better, right? So the questions get asked that demand answers. So if you don't like your results today, have the mental board meeting. And the heads of the 5 families come together in your head, and they have a conversation. And that conversation is business. It's business. Constructive, not destructive. Destructive is useless. It's a waste of time. If you are spending your time saying things to yourself that are destructive, you are wasting your time and making the situation worse. Start talking in ways that are constructive, asking the questions that demand the answers, and then when you have the answers, make a plan to immediately put into place that will make tomorrow better than today. And then when tomorrow comes, the same thing happens again. What can I do today that will make tomorrow better? Every day you do that, you create a win. If you track today, if you weigh and measured your food today, if you got out and moved today, you won the day. If you only did 2 of those things, what can you do to get the 3rd one in? What goal can you set? Oh, I didn't move today. So, okay, tomorrow, or I didn't move yesterday. So today, I'm going to just go walk around my parking lot for 20 minutes. And all of a sudden, you're saying that tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to do that again. It felt good to get out in the parking lot and walk for 20 minutes. And then weeks later, you're thinking, well, 20 minutes is too easy now. Let's try 30 minutes. That's how it works. You build up the wins over and over and over again. They stockpile. And the one thing that never happens is if you're being destructive with yourself, you're never going to have a win to stack. You're never going to have a win to put on the shelf because you're too busy being destructive. So if you're being destructive today, it's time to start being constructive. Ask yourself the questions that I presented today. What do I do well? What don't I do well? What don't I do at all? What needs the most improvement out of everything? And what can I do today that will make tomorrow better than today? If you started every day of your life that way, man, maybe you would have a completely different trajectory. Maybe you might look back on your life in 6 years like I can do and not recognize the person that started this whole thing. Because I can say that to you. I'm talking to you as the 6 years ago, I am not the person I was then. I don't even remember that person, barely, except for a lot of the negative stuff. And it's easy to remember the negative stuff. It's easy to remember rituals of at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning, I was sitting on a couch with a pot of coffee and a package of the blonde Oreo cookies, and basically eating cookies until I ran out of coffee every Saturday, and then repeating that and finishing the package on Sunday every morning. Now on Saturday morning at 5 o'clock, I'm starting the 6-mile walk that I'm finishing as I'm talking to you right now. So the person I am today is a completely different person than the person I was when I started this. And it all started with the question of, what don't I do well? What do I do well? And so on. Start asking you the questions and start getting the answers and start taking action based on the answers you come up with. In 6 years, you won't recognize yourself. It's Saturday. Whatever you're doing today, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all.